What up, peeps? Welcome to day 14 of 31 days of Stephen King movies. Let's check in with Miss Bones and see what she pulls out the skull tonight.
Day 14 of 31 days of Stephen King is Misery.
She pulled out Stephen King's Misery. This is basically about the famous writer, like Stephen King, famous writer Paul Sheldon, and his #1 fan, Annie Wilkes, played by Kathy Bates. And Paul Sheldon is played by James Caan. Kathy Bates plays Annie Wilkes, his #1 fan. She follows him around without him knowing, follows him around, traces his steps, knows every damn place he goes, every damn thing he does, and knew where he was staying to write his latest book, and was following him when he got in a car crash, and in a blizzard, it drags him out the car, takes him home, and keeps him captive. Keeps telling him, I'm your #1 fan, and I love you, Paul, and this and that, and all she's doing all the time, keeping him captive, drugging him with pills and shots, and she loves him so much, she ends up doing this because he's found out he's been moving around and trying to get out of the house. She does this thing called hobbling. Shoves a big 4x4 in between his ankles and swings a sledgehammer and breaks his feet off the bottom of his legs. And that's the basics of the story. It's a thriller. It's pretty damn good. And if you haven't seen this, I recommend you check it out and find out if Paul Sheldon ever gets away from his #1 fan, Psycho Annie Wilkes. That's what I watched. Peace.